It's 5:05 a.m. and we're here for another cigar review. This cigar review is a special cigar review because these cigars are cigars I haven't had in a couple of years because they discontinued them in the US. However, I went online and I searched all over the place and I found out that they still sell them in Canada. Although it says right on the packet of the cigars that it's a USA product or a product of the USA, they don't sell them here anymore. So Backwoods discontinued the banana, the grape, the vanilla, and the wild rum. Unfortunately, it's very sad, they were all great flavors. But thanks to online Canadian cigar shops, I was able to get two of these flavors, which are vanilla and wild rum. Both awesome flavors, but today we're going to stick with the wild rum up in here. It's interesting to me to see the warning labels on different products. You can see in the US, this is a US pack. It has the Surgeon General warning here and then nothing else. But on the Canadian pack, it doesn't have anything on the front. But right here, where it folds over, I had to cut over it a little bit to open the packet, but this is the warning labels they have. It says, where there's smoke, there's poison. Then it says, tobacco smoke contains more than 50 cancer-causing agents. And then it has it in French too, because Canada has a lot of French people, or French-Canadian people. And you can see on here, since I didn't open this pack yet, this one has like the Canadian tax. That's very cool. I just think just for souvenir purposes. And then on this one it says, tobacco smoke hurts children. I think they're definitely a little harsh, but I do like that they're not on the front, because you can look at the pack and say, hey, that looks beautiful, you know? Then on the vanilla here you can see, causes mouth cancer, and then you have the Canadian sticker. And then on this one it's the same thing, where there's smoke, there's poison, and then the Canada sticker. Pretty cool. Just to see stuff from other countries. Now these wild rum cigars, let me tell you, it's very saddening to see them not sell them in the US anymore because these used to be one of my favorite flavors. I have a lot of great memories of freshman year in high school, smoking these with friends and stuff. Just a really good time. Presentation is absolutely gorgeous. Delightful! No, but really, it is a great, I love the presentation. And you have the paragraph on the back here. Years ago, when a man wanted a good cigar, he'd roll his own. Those cigars didn't look that refined, but they sure tasted mild. Now you can enjoy the same kind of smoke with Backwoods. We take all natural filler tobacco and blend it with a selection of Caribbean rum to give it a wild rum flavor. Then we roll it in gentle tasting broadleaf, a dark tobacco that is aged for at least 12 months to bring out its wild rum taste. We make them like they used to. Backwoods Wild Rum, mild and natural cigars. And you can see it says Untitled USA right here. You probably can't read it, but it does. So it's a USA product, even though it's made in the Dominican Republic. It is a USA product. They don't sell it here. It's not fair. Seriously. But as you can see on the back here, this tobacco actually is soaked in rum. It's pretty cool. So you open the pouch here, take a smell. It has much different scent than other Backwoods do. It's like a sweet rum taste. It's like rum. The scent of rum without the alcohol smell to it, essentially. Also, I noticed here in the US that right here it says wild and mild cigars, but in Canada it says mild and natural cigars. Interesting. So here's the cigar. Let's light her up. I'm drinking Sprite. I love Mountain Dew. But lately, if I don't drink Mountain Dew, I get the worst caffeine headaches. They're just a migraine, like it's just pounding, like it feels like my eye's going to explode. It's just like, it's not literally, well, it feels like it, but I know it literally won't happen, but, yep, too much caffeine intake, so I'm getting withdrawal symptoms when I don't have caffeine, so I'm trying to cut back greatly, and since Sprite is, it's lemon lime, it's a bit different, but it doesn't have caffeine, is kind of the plus side. That happen to anyone else? Well, let me warn you, it sucks when it does happen. Okay, so the cigar's flavor. It's just like I remember it. It's a very smooth flavor. It's very mild. It's nice and sweet, not too sweet, kind of perfect. Just has a nice smooth flavor. Really can't compare it because, you know, like Black and Milds have wine, but I don't think any other cigar company has wild rum. As far as I know, I've never heard of it before Backwoods, and it's pretty unique to its own. They have the same strength as other Backwoods, but let me tell you this. Since it's actually soaked in rum, I remember when my friends and I used to smoke these all the time in freshman year. One night I had my two friends Ryan and Travell with me, and we had like 3 packs of these, and we killed them off. And since they're actually soaked with rum, without even noticing it, we were just walking around the neighborhood at night. Eventually we came to the realization that we were pretty much running. Like, we weren't even walking, we were literally like running. Not like but we were like walking fast without even noticing it. And I think that was because we actually got a buzz from the rum in these, because, you know, none of us really drink, so we don't have much of an alcohol tolerance. Since there's actual rum in it, I think that's kind of why. It was pretty funny. So, you know, if you have enough of them, you might feel a little buzz. If you don't drink, I don't know. But nicotine-wise and everything, it's the same as pretty much all Backwoods. The smoke is nice and smooth. It doesn't bother the throat or anything. I find these are much smoother than some other Backwood flavors are. That's just my observation, but I could be wrong. Smoke amount's pretty much the same as Backwoods. It's relatively thick smoke, not too bad. You know, you might want to open some windows or something if you're gonna have a few, but for one cigar, it should be fine. It shouldn't be too bad. The odor of the smell in the air isn't bad, because these cigars they're kind of aromatic. I mean, not really the original, but the flavored Backwoods, they just leave kind of an aromatic smell in the you know, the air. It's definitely gonna smell way better than cigarette smoke, for sure. The draw, perfect. There's not too much resistance there, not too little, just perfect. Get a perfect amount of airflow, you know what I mean. The structure I've been impressed with. It seems like these cigars are a bit more well-made than, for example, the ones they sell here in the US. I find, you know, I've had a few of the vanilla, I've had a couple of these. I find that they seem more well-made than the Backwoods we have here in the US. I could be wrong, they're all coming from the same place, but it just seems that way. They seem to have a good structure to them. You know, the wrapper's perfectly wrapped. It's not loose and it's not coming undone. Sometimes in the US, Backwoods are like that. Not a full pack, but sometimes one out of a pack will be like that, which sucks. I hate that, because sometimes it's unsmokable and it's just like, I have to waste all this tobacco because the tobacco company couldn't wrap it well. And of course I try to unroll it and rewrap it, and then it's like 2 times as worse because I don't know how to roll, because I don't smoke weed. So how would I? I wouldn't know. Because I'm a good child. I obey the laws of the US here. Sure, up in Canada, you know. But I'm not in Canada, even though these are Canadian cigars. And you're probably wondering, it's 5:15 a.m. here in Massachusetts, and you're probably like, why the fuck is it so light? Like, do you have like a do you have a light switch that turns the sun on when you please? No, I don't, because I'm not magical. However, I do have these painting lights here, or these painter's lights. And I just put my, you know, curtains down here, and so the light bounces off them and reflects right on me to make it look like it's daytime. Because if I record a video that's dark, it looks crappy as it is, and then when you edit it with Windows Movie Maker, it compresses it even further and makes it kind of pixelated, and it just looks like shit, so that's why I do that. So my reviews that look like they were made in the daytime, not all of them were. Some of them were, but I like to record reviews at night for some reason. These cigars light up really nice. You light them up and they stay lit. They don't go out. They light perfectly. You know, when I actually ordered the cigars, I didn't know if they actually did make them in Canada or if they just had leftovers, because they stopped making them over a year ago now. So I figured they might be stale. They might just have a bunch left over, like I said. But I know they make them because these cigars are so fresh. They're extremely fresh. They're nice and soft. They're awesome. So that means the lastability is great. I remember one time, like 2 years ago, I got a pack of the Backwoods Banana, and they were so stale that they lasted like 5 minutes a cigar. It was terrible. you know, typically Backwoods last 15-20 minutes. For these ones, I'd say 20 to 25 since they're so damn fresh. Definitely perfect amount of time. And lastly, the aftertaste. These cigars, they leave a little bit of flavor on your lips. I mean, the honeyberry and the grape used to, they had a lot of flavor on the ends here. Different flavors have more flavor on the end. These have a slight flavor. They don't have a lot. They don't have a little. They're just kind of perfect. But the aftertaste of, you know, after you put it out, left in your mouth, they're not bad. Some cigars, you know, they're really good while you're smoking them, then you put them out, and they taste really smoky and kind of gross afterwards. These don't. They just leave that very, you know, sweet rum taste. Even though I've never had rum, you know, minus these cigars, they leave a nice sweet aftertaste, which is always good. So, what have we learned today? Well, to anyone that likes these cigars in the U.S., you can just go online and order them. You know, it's kind of hard when you're in the U.S. You click tobacco shops and whatever on Google, and they all come up as U.S. ones. I had to do a lot of searching, so if you want the wild rum or the vanilla, send me a PM and I'll send you a link to the tobacco shop in which you can order these. I'd be more than happy to do so. The only thing is, since they're coming from Canada, the shipping is a, you know, kind of a lot of money. But if you really want these cigars that bad, trust me, it's worth it. So the Backwoods Wild Rum. I'm going to give these a 10 out of 10. Simple as that. They're perfect Backwoods. They might even be my favorite, to be honest. They're awesome cigars. They are delicious, and every time I light one of these up, it makes me very sad that they don't sell them in the U.S. here anymore, because they're such an awesome flavor. I think Backwoods' best flavor. That felt good. Instant replay. And we'll do a sped up version just for the hell of it. Thanks, Windows Movie Maker. But overall, these are perfect cigars. I would definitely pick them up if you're in Canada. If not, go online or, you know, ask me for the website, and I'd be glad to do that. Anyways, everyone, thanks for watching. More reviews coming soon. Take care.